Hello everyone and welcome to the live stream. Please say hi. Jimbo Slice, that's better. Okay, brilliant. So we're on, it's working, that's great. Thank you, Jimbo Slice. So where in the world are you from, Jimbo Slice? Because I don't recognize your username from previous live streams. I apologize if you have been in and I've not remembered your username. You're from Illinois. Okay, well, I didn't expect that. I'll be honest. I wasn't too confident that many Americans would be able to get on at this time. Yeah, in the USA. That's brilliant. I'm doing it a bit earlier than I ordinarily would. I mean, even here in Europe, it's not the best time. A lot of people might still be at work if that's where they're off. So I was experimenting, trying at this time of day. Yes, it's 11:30 a.m. where you are. Well, I appreciate you being in here. And anybody new who's catching a live stream, maybe this time suits you. Normally I do it hours later than this. So if you're new to the stream, if you've just entered, whoever you are, please say hi. I dropped a podcast today, so I hope that this live stream doesn't kind of just smother that. I actually think it's a really important one that I've uploaded today. So if you're listening to this live stream and if you like my content, there was a podcast uploaded just a few hours ago. So please check that out afterwards. You know, I am conscious that this live stream might kind of smother that in the YouTube algorithm, but I've had opportunity to do a live and I thought, let's get on, different time of day and see how it goes. So, how are you feeling, Jimbo Slice? What's happening in your world, in your life right now? But a few more people just enter the live stream. Please say hi. Let me know whereabouts in the world you are from. And please let me know how you're feeling. Feel free to ask any questions that's going off in your life. I'm okay, sorry buddy, I'm at work. Yeah, exactly, yeah, that's why I thought that this might not be the best time to do a stream, but I thought I would try it anyway. What type of job do you do, Jimbo? I don't want you getting in any trouble. A few more people have joined the stream, but everybody's quiet so far. Please say hello if you're able to. Jimbo has said, I'm in a factory. Okay, well, don't hurt yourself, Jimbo. I hope you're not listening to this. And, you're not looking where you're moving things and you get your hand trapped somewhere or something. Please be careful. Dre is there. Hello, Dre. Can I ask a question? Absolutely. Please do. Jimbo Slicer said, so yeah, I'm definitely healing after a 4-year relationship. 4 years, that is a good chunk of time. And if you have just gone through a breakup, I can imagine that was very, very difficult. But it's great to hear that you're healing. I'm safe where I'm at. Well, that's the main thing, Jimbo. We don't want anybody getting hurt. That is not the aim of the stream. Dre said, my ex broke up with me 100,000 times. I get the impression that's a lot of times, unfortunately. But we never split up for more than 2 to 3 days. We always ended up together. I was begging or she reached out. But now we've split for 3 weeks on no contact. I mean, the first thing to say is that if you have broken up a lot of times, then unfortunately that showcases there are problems in the relationship. Something just isn't quite aligning. Additionally, for every breakup you have, it makes it a little bit tougher to reconnect. Maybe for most of those times so far, it's not really seemed that difficult, but it would be making it more difficult because subconsciously you, and especially your ex, are probably thinking, well, this just isn't quite clicking. So now you're concerned because you've been split up for 3 weeks. Is there any chance, or is it the end? So 3 weeks might seem like eternity, but it is a very short period of time in reality. So is there a chance you will get back together? Definitely. There's a huge chance you'll get back together. The problem that you have is that there is more and more evidence, Dre, to suggest that this relationship just doesn't work. And it's not just about your ex's perspective, yours as well. I know that you were exaggerating, well, I hope you were, that you've split up 100,000 times. But the point is valid. There is problems in your relationship, and you can't truly be happy being with someone that you're splitting up with every couple of weeks, every few weeks. It can't be a healthy relationship. So please, Dre, think about this very clearly. You've said, I was begging every single time, but now it's the first time I'm doing really no contact, so it was a big contrast to my previous behaviour. I need to work on a lot of stuff. The point at the moment, Dre, is that this is not definitively the end, but there might not be many more opportunities for you and your ex to try and work this out, because it's been a lot of times. Jimbo Slicer said it's been 4 months, but she's got into a rebound shortly after we split up. We had a house together. This is the second breakup, but she didn't bring up problems that were in the relationship. I only pleaded once at first. So for you, Jimbo, you are much further along the line than Dre. And Dre, you're probably like looking at Jimbo and thinking 4 months. Wow, that's a crazy amount of time compared to your 3 weeks. But even Jimbo's situation hasn't even reached the average amount of time that people get back together, from my research. So both of you stand a great chance of still hearing from your ex again. Dre said the relationship lasted 2.5 to 3 years. So a good chunk of time for you, Dre, as well. The problem is you've had a lot more breakups in comparison to Jimbo, who had just had the one prior. Jimbo said we stayed together after our first breakup for over a year and got a house. That is a big commitment. So hopefully there is a chance for both of you in this. Connor has said, does a rebound relationship start when someone is dating the person or when it's official? I assume you would never know the actual start. It's a good point, but I think really we're kind of clutching at straws here to try and find a reason and a rationale. I don't think it really matters when we are saying it begins. The fact is it has started. Now, rebound relationships in their very nature generally don't last the test of time. Now, I've dropped a podcast today, which I'm conscious that this live stream might be kind of smothering, but I think it's a really important one, and it mentions rebound relationships, and it mentions about how it can actually help you get back together with an ex. So if you haven't checked that out, I do strongly suggest that after this live stream, if you get opportunity, you check out the podcast I uploaded today. I know some of you may have not even noticed it, but it did release a few hours ago, and it's about rebound relationships and getting your ex back as well. So please check that out if you get a chance. Dre said, okay, thank you. Jimbo said, it's okay, Dre. It is very painful not contacting her. It really is, Dre. But you're doing the right thing. Yeah, we never had any real breakups, so never more than 3 days break. Now it's the first time where I don't beg and we really don't have any contact. It's scary. But you have to ask yourself, why were there all of these problems? Yes, a relationship takes work. Yes, a relationship will have bumps in the road. But it's not going to have these constant problems. When people are truly in a relationship where there is a lot of love and it's working out in a positive way, you are likely going to think that this relationship is one of the easiest you've ever had. Love flows much easier than problems. So yes, every relationship will have bumps in the road, but if you're constantly having mini breakups, there is a real sign, Dre, that there are problems much deeper than maybe either of you are letting on right now. As for you, Jimbo, there is, less constant problems, but still it's your second breakup. Jimbo has said the guy was orbiting her at work and is still married, so I think they both rebounded. That can be a scary thought, Jimbo. But again, if he is married, this is very unlikely to be going anywhere fast. Not that you want to think of it in any kind of way, but what I would say is that your ex is much more likely to remain single if the interest is from someone who's taken. How you feel about that, I don't know. But the likelihood is that months down the line, she is still going to be officially single. Both of you, Dre and Jimbo Slice, you have not even reached the average amount of time that an ex reaches out. So there's still a good opportunity for you. Connor, I don't know much about your scenario. What's going on for you, Connor? How long were you together? And how long have you now been apart? Thank you everybody for joining the live stream. Please say hi. Let me know whereabouts in the world you are. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As I said, there is a brand new podcast that was uploaded earlier today that I really suggest you check out. Jimbo said, guy separated but dating her. I mean, when somebody's separated, again, you never know if they're going to go back into that marriage. You don't know what's going on in that other guy's life. Drea said, it's just so weird for me because every time we have some contact after a few days or she stalked my stuff, but now just complete silence. It's so weird. She isn't a strong person. How does she manage to do it? I mean, we don't know her mindset exactly. I don't know exactly what's gone on. But the suggestion would be that she's feeling she needs some real time out. Because there hasn't been any. A couple of days is nothing really. So you've got to stay as cool, calm and collected as you can, Dre. You've got to stay as relaxed as possible. Because you can't do anything right now other than showcase your mindset as being confident and stable. Connor said 8 to 9 years together. That's a real good length of time. Second round of no contact. Once last year, 90 to 100 days. This year, contact once per month. She reached out one of those times, 5 months since the breakup. So there is opportunity for you, Connor. I mean, you've been together for a very long time. So many triggers, memories. All of these things are going to be working in your favour. So again, for you, it's about trying to stay calm, confident and stable-minded, focusing on your goals. Now, I don't know whether any of you have heard that I have a newsletter now that I upload, gets sent straight out to your emails once a week. I've been getting some good feedback on those newsletters, that people are finding them something to help them get through each week. If you're interested, it's for free. You just sign up. It's the link is in all of my podcasts. I don't think it's in the description for this live stream, but any of the other podcasts, if you listen to today's, for instance, one I uploaded a few hours ago, within the description there is a link where you can sign up to the newsletter, get sent to your email inbox once a week on a Sunday. It's just something that might help you get through. Just something to consider. So for those of you who think that could help, it's text-based, but occasionally I am actually adding, like an audio podcast within it as well, but predominantly it's text, sent to your emails, and that might be helpful for you. Thank you everybody who's joined today's live stream. It's earlier than I would normally do it. Just experimenting with different times. I had opportunity to get on now. Please say hi. Let me know how you're feeling, whereabouts in the world you are. Thank you to Jimbo, Dre and Connor, who have so far said hi and shared their story. Please release that emotion, get things off your chest. It can be very helpful to do so. Connor has said, does a person know they're in a rebound, or are they just blinded by the feeling of love or lust? It's interesting because today's podcast I've been speaking about mentions this somewhat from a perspective of people using it to play a game, you could say, or to try and use as a strategy. But generally, people who are in a rebound don't realise they're in one. And generally, they will see it as something that they believe is forever. And they'll go at it at 100 miles per hour and not realise that it's likely to fail within a matter of months. So generally, people don't know they're in a rebound, but the podcast I uploaded today discusses it when you do know you're in a rebound, which is a whole different kettle of fish. GP3, hi GP3 has said, how long after a breakup with strong emotion, 3 years, do stubborn high ego ex, would they unblock? I gave solutions to problems but met with resistance. I got blocked in no contact after changing my picture. So I'm basing this obviously on very little information. 3-year relationship, that's a good length of time. You believe your ex is stubborn. Stubborn, potential avoidant attachment style maybe as well, if we're going to say that. Maybe not. They've blocked you. Now why have they blocked you? Well, you say it is almost in retaliation to you changing your picture. If that really was the trigger, then they may have blocked you because maybe they feel like they want to reach out, and seeing your picture is really drawing them back in, and they're trying to prevent themselves from reaching out to you because they feel that your relationship is not working, and yet they feel drawn to you. You've changed your photo. It's kind of really pulled on them, and they've decided to block themselves for their own good. That's one possibility. The other possibility, a bit more obvious, is that they feel that they don't want to speak with you right now, and they are concerned that you are going to reach out to them, and they need to block you for that reason. So in answer to your question, how long would they unblock or take to unblock? Well, there's no guarantees they ever will. We can't promise something definitively. But what we can say is that if they get to the point where they feel more comfortable and think of you in a more positive light, that is when they are more likely to consider unblocking. So all you can do right now, GP3, is think about you, concentrate on you, and live your life. Connor said getting blocked is an emotional reaction, so it's a good thing in my experience. Yeah, it could easily be connected to the fact that they've seen your new photo and been drawn in and then felt, I best block because if I don't, I'm going to send a message. Jimbo has said, my ex changes her email picture randomly. She also lost a lot of weight right after the breakup. She wasn't eating. I mean, this is what people call the breakup diet. Obviously it's not something that people want to be doing. A lot of the time people feel the stress prevents them eating healthily, and they lose a lot of weight. Sometimes inadvertently it helps people who were overweight, but if you were a healthy weight, then losing weight is not what you want to be doing. Either way, getting back to eating healthily is the aim. ASAP for everybody involved. The fact your ex was struggling in that regard shows the emotional turmoil that they were feeling as well, Jimbo Slice. Thank you for everybody who has been joining. The numbers are going up. I'm really, really happy to say that this time of day has got people coming in. A few new usernames as well. So please let me know whereabouts in the world you are from. Tell me about your situation. Jimbo has said she just doesn't look happy or healthy. I can just tell. I mean, that's obviously not a good sign in regards of her health. But from a perspective of what she's going through, it shows that there is emotional pull and that there is emotional stress connected to the relationship. It shows that there is love within it still. I mean, you were together a long time. Please say hi if you've just joined. Get involved in the conversation. Now, if you live in the USA and you want to support my channel without having to donate any money whatsoever, something you really could do to help me is to click in the description of this live stream when you get a chance and consider shopping at one of the 3 affiliate links that I have in the description of this live stream. If you want to use these affiliate links, if you want to shop at these places, then you are not paying any extra money to what you would do ordinarily. But as it is an affiliate link, I may, not always, but may gain a commission if you do buy something through the affiliate links. And I have Walmart for general shopping. I have Chewy for people who have pets and want to get pet food and pet products, pet toys. And I also have Calvin Klein for fashion. So if you're interested in shopping at Calvin Klein, at Chewy, or at Walmart, and importantly, you live in the USA, because this is only something which works for USA residents. And if you want to support my channel, please click into the description of this live stream, click the affiliate links, and if you do your shopping there, at no extra cost to you, I may gain a commission as an affiliate, and it really supports the channel. So thank you for that. Christopher is here. Christopher has said, I was ghosted on New Year's Day. She was a narcissist and perpetually cheated. We were together for 5 years. I have reason to believe she's with New Supply. Even though I know it's right that this has ended, I'm still in a lot of pain and trauma. Do you have any advice to recover? So I'm glad, Christopher, that you've acknowledged that this is probably right that it's ended. She was a narcissist in your opinion, quite possibly a true narcissist, and she perpetually cheated. The likelihood is you are better off out of this relationship, but you're feeling the pain and you're going through the grind. Very natural and very understandable. What you need to be focusing on is breakup recovery. Now, you might need additional support by going to a doctor. Sometimes people need that help, going to a local doctor to help them through these times. But if you would rather speak to myself via my audio coaching service, then if you go to my website www.dateme.tips, then you can find information on my audio coaching service, and that's where me and you speak one-on-one, and we can really get through this difficult time with me as your teammate. Now, I don't know all of the specifics, but what I would say in a generalized sense is that you need, Christopher, to be focusing on making sure that you are busy. And I know that can be tough, because right now probably the last thing you feel like doing is going out into the world and doing a whole new set of things. But that would be my main generalized advice. Like I said, if you want to speak one-on-one via my audio coaching, there could be a plan of action which is somewhat different or certainly more specific. But generally speaking, my advice is keep busy. Because whilst you're at home, whilst you're thinking about your ex is never going to leave your mind. You need to keep busy, improving yourself, throwing yourself into situations which are new, sometimes uncomfortable. For instance, I joined new classes, groups and clubs when I went through a pride breakup. Things that I never wanted to do originally, things that I never thought I would want to do, things that I felt uncomfortable doing because I didn't have necessarily the confidence or the skill set. That's the point. Trying things which are new, concentrating on those things, that is what is likely to help you. Jimbo said, lots of holidays went by. I didn't say a word. She asked about some bills a day after her birthday. She thought it was a little strange. Oh, you thought it was just a little strange. Okay. These things sometimes come out of nowhere until we think back and piece it all together. Katharina. Hi, Katharina. I got broken up with and got blocked on everything. He didn't even want to talk about it and wants to forget everything. So I didn't even get any closure and don't know what to do about it. I'm an anxious and he's an avoidant. So unfortunately, Katharina, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, you're going to be going through a situation where we have the anxious avoidant trap. Now this probably played out in your relationship, and it could certainly be playing out post-breakup, which is you feel anxious, so you want to come towards him more. You almost want to kind of force the issue on building intimacy, or certainly wondering what he's doing, where he's going, who he's talking with. Those types of things are what often come to anxious people's minds. They're worried about this. So they start, as you perhaps did, to ask, to question, to quiz. Now X is an avoidant. That means that he's going to be even more likely to run away from this type of pressure, if that's what we're going to call it, than somebody who's secure. And a secure person might do that as well, to some degree. But as an avoidant, he'll run away. And when he runs away further, that makes you even more anxious. So you come even further and quicker and harder towards him. That makes him more scared, and he goes. It goes around and around and around, and that is the anxious avoidant trap. This is where you're at right now, Katharina, and I think the focus for you is to try and build upon gaining and growing a secure attachment style. Because whether you get him back or not, you're going to need that to keep him. An anxious attachment style is going to be very difficult to keep a relationship in the long term. So that is again something I could help with through my audio coaching service, or theoretically you might want to go to a local doctor, whatever it may be. But growing your attachment style to something more secure, evolving it, shall I say, is what I would suggest, Katharina, you need to be focusing on at this time. GP3 has said she was giving long, resistant responses 1 month. I gave a positive, hopeful New Year's Eve message, and she gave a long response saying, respect decision. I didn't respond for no contact. My picture was nostalgic. Blocks for 3 weeks, including my birthday. There's obviously a lot going on for you, GP3, and you're feeling the grind right now. But you have no option at this time, I would suggest, from what I know, but just once again focusing on yourself and maintaining my version of the no contact rule. Now, what I would say is that if I've understood this correctly, you didn't respond to her during one of her messages, and that isn't my version of a no contact rule. So if she does contact you, I would respond. That is something I wanted to add there. Connor has said, I disabled all of social media instead of posting regularly when we broke up the first time, and it worked much better based on what she told me after getting back together. Okay. GP3 has said, we had plans to fly this month and spend 4 months together. I'm focused in the gym again, making gains. Hopefully she calms down and wants to resume plans. Stubborn, strong, independent nature, I don't know. There is a degree of that, no doubt. But we need to be focusing on what's gone wrong in your relationship. What has made your former partner become your former partner? And this is the question we all need to ask. First of all, we need to ask ourselves, why has that happened? And secondly, we need to ask ourselves, do we feel comfortable in the relationship, or are we just feeling upset because they dumped us first? so many times as dumpees, we could actually have been the dumper. It is a fine line a lot of the time. What I would say is be careful what you wish for, because sometimes what you want back into your life is not actually that healthy. Just Mia said, 14 weeks after a breakup, had one silly disagreement. The same night that we'd been looking at a new house for us, we were very happy. She blocked me the next day and refused to talk about it, just gone. So you have said this is a silly disagreement, but maybe in her perspective, maybe it was a deep disagreement. Maybe there was something a lot more powerful than you realise. That's a possibility. Or it could be that there has been many disagreements. You've said one silly disagreement, but has there been other things over time? Connor has said, the avoidant is expecting you to give pressure to talk, but the real shock is when you say nothing. Long term, he will question why you didn't chase or stop chasing. All the while, you work on you. Sometimes the hardest thing to do as a dumpee is to get your head around the fact that by working on yourself, it's not that you are doing nothing. So many times dumpees say to me, I need to do something. I've got to do something. It's the illusion of action. The only focus should be on yourself most of the time. You know, there are occasional exceptions to the rule, but generally, if you've been dumped, the energy needs to be put on you and not on them. And I know that can feel really counterintuitive, in particular if you are someone who likes to get things done. If you're the type of person who likes to sort things out in your everyday life, then you just want to sort this out. You want to get hold of your ex, have a conversation and sort things out. But it's not as easy as that. Katharina has said, thank you so much. I'm watching from Germany. Oh, thank you. You speak great English, by the way. I'm trying to work on myself. The reason I'm so shocked is that we were together for 5 years and it was our first relationship. Now, they do say the first relationship cuts the deepest. And there's a lot to be said there. You know, there's something about that first long-term relationship which can really hit hard. Now, I'm not saying, Katharina, that you can't get back together, but we need to be focusing on all possibilities. What I would say is that anybody who's new to my channel, please subscribe to the channel. That's the first thing. Secondly, check out the podcasts. I uploaded one a few hours ago. I appreciate this live stream might smother the new podcast, and that's not ideal because I think it was a really, really important one. And part of me wishes I hadn't have done this live stream now because I'm worried that a lot of people won't even notice it was uploaded. So please check that podcast out that I uploaded a few hours ago. It was really, really important. Thirdly, and I said this a little earlier, I now have an email newsletter. I send it out to your email inbox every Sunday, and I'm having a lot of good feedback that it's helping people. If you want to sign up, it doesn't cost any money or anything. You just have to sign up by typing your email address in, and the link to do so is in the description of most of my podcasts. Unfortunately, I don't believe it's in the description of today's live stream. But again, if you go back to the podcast I uploaded earlier today and give that a listen, if you click into the description, you will see straight away towards the top of the description a link to click. You type your email address in, and then you're signed up to the newsletter, which will be sent to you every Sunday. I've had a lot of good feedback that it's helping people through the week, in essence. So that might be something to help you. GP3 has said, I didn't respond because I was chasing and faced a lot of resistance. Then not even a happy new year in the message. Upset with that, of course. I didn't respond to respect the space. Okay, I get that. And start no contact. I don't know why block when I don't say anything? Well, there could be a whole manner of reasons. One of which being, as I was saying earlier, is it that your ex is actually trying to prevent themselves from reaching out to you? It might sound crazy, but often exes block people not to prevent that person messaging them, but as a way to stop themselves messaging their ex. It could be that. GP3 has said, I will watch, sub, and like, oh, thank you, GP3. Really, really appreciate it. Jimbo said, same, I'll watch. Thank you, everybody. It's just, I think, it was one of those podcasts that, I upload quite frequently, 3 or 4 a week. And every now and again, I think, that was really powerful, and I'm really, really happy with that. And I've just done a live stream straight away to smother over the top of it, and I just feel it's a good one because it mentions about rebounds and how it can play into your hands as a dumpy. So I just think it could be helpful. Jimbo said, I never got blocked on anything, but I did block for a couple of months. Now that's interesting, Jimbo. So tell us from your perspective, Jimbo, why did you block? So everybody listening and reading, shall I say, this could be very, very helpful. Why did you block, Jimbo? Because this is perspective. It's all right me giving my opinion on things, but let's hear it from someone else now. Someone who's actually done it. So Jimbo has said, I didn't want to be tempted to reach out or hurt my own feelings by spying. And there we have it. Okay? There we have the situation that I was describing. I didn't want to be tempted to reach out or hurt my own feelings by spying. There you go. So this could be happening to anybody who has received a blocking. That person might be thinking what Jimbo was saying. Just Mia said thank you. I believe now she may have been fearful attached. We were in the process of trying for a child and was doing great. Maybe she was upset but never communicated it. We seemed very happy. And I'm sure you were happy. The fact things unfortunately went wrong does not detract from the fact that you were happy at one time. People feel in the moment. They live in the moment. They express themselves in the moment. So it can be real. Jimbo has said, also not good for my own personal journey. So Jimbo's sharing a lot here. Very, very important to hear. Getting first-hand accounts. Connor has said, I'm blocked on the only platform I have, TikTok. So I made the account public instead. That's really good. Make your accounts public. Very good move. Jimbo has said lack of communication hurts. It really does hurt. It aches. It's a physical feeling that we have, a physical pain. GP3 has said, so what can I do? Do I maintain my silence and respect the block? I would say yes. Respect the block. If you don't respect the block, then you could get yourself in serious trouble. Because the step up from a block is someone contacting the authorities. To say, hey, this person won't leave me alone. So you must respect the blocking. Jimbo has said, surround yourself with good friends and family if possible. Definitely. I've just remembered Jimbo's at work still. Jimbo, are you okay in this factory? I'm worried about you. Is anybody else working right now? Connor has said, what are your thoughts on ADHD for fearful avoidance? I think that although attachment styles have a huge role in who we are as people, I actually see attachment styles as having more of a role in a relationship than out of a relationship. Similarly with ADHD. And, this is just a personal thought, Because I've seen people get back into relationships from all perspectives. Doesn't matter whether they had a secure attachment, an anxious, a type of an avoidant attachment, disorganized, whatever it may be. Whether somebody suffers from ADHD, autism, it doesn't matter what people are struggling or suffering from. I have seen those people come back to relationships. But what I would say is that people who are struggling with certain things find it much tougher to maintain healthy relationships. So do I think, for instance, that because your ex is an avoidant, they won't come back? No, I don't think that makes it impossible. I think it's possible still. But what I would say is it makes it more challenging to be in a relationship with them. So that's what you need to think about. Jimbo said, I had my own problems with communication. I think I communicated poorly or harshly at times, and I am accountable for it. It's great to be accountable. The balance is to have accountability, but to make sure that you don't beat yourself up forever. That's the key. Don't beat yourself up forevermore. Okay? It's not going to help you to do so, but accountability is crucial. I'm on lunch. Jimbo's on lunch. That's good news. He's not going to get in trouble. Katharina has said, when is it okay to reach out again after no contact? I heard about 30 to 90 days. Right. Katharina, I'm going to make an educated guess, but you are new to my channel, so please subscribe. Most of the time, and without knowing your specifics, I'm going to assume that you fit into this bracket. Most of the time, as a dumpy, and again, assuming that is the position you're in, I suggest that you never contact your ex again unless they contact you first. Meaning, I do not believe in 30-day no contact. I do not believe in 60-day no contact. I do not believe in 90-day no contact for most dumpies. Now, it is different if you are the dumper, and there are occasional exceptions to the rule, which, interestingly enough, possibly can connect to a birthday, which you have just said his birthday is in 2 weeks' time, and should I wish him a happy birthday? So what I need to ask you, Katharina, is has your ex reached out to you this year? Has your ex reached out to you in a positive, necessary way during the month of January? If the answer is yes, then I believe you can wish him a happy birthday. If the answer is no, meaning in the month of January he has not reached out to you first for a positive reason, then I do not think you should wish him happy birthday. And I can't remember quite when you said your breakup was. If your breakup wasn't that long ago, and you're saying, well, yeah, we spoke at early January before the breakup, that doesn't count, okay? So since the breakup, has your ex reached out to you in a positive way during January? If the answer is yes, you can wish him happy birthday. If the answer is no, then you can't. And if you're thinking about wishing him happy birthday when you shouldn't, Katharina, I suggest you do 10 sit-ups or 10 push-ups instead, okay? This has been something I've been suggesting on my live streams for many years. I've had some funny reactions when I say it. But if you feel tempted to reach out to your ex when you shouldn't, do a short, sharp burst of exercise. And it normally does the trick. And for those of you struggling, my audio coaching service might be for you, whether you want support going through breakup recovery, whether you want strategies to try and get your ex back, or whether you want life coaching. Okay? This is a situation where maybe you feel speaking with me one-on-one can help you. Go to my website, www.dateme.tips, for more information on my audio coaching service. And, as I said a little earlier, for those of you who live in the USA and want to support my channel without having to pay any money whatsoever, then I suggest you click into the description of this live stream and please consider clicking on one of the 3 affiliate links. This is only for people who live in the USA. I have a Walmart affiliate link for general shopping, a Chewy affiliate link for pets, pet food, pet toys, and a Calvin Klein affiliate link for fashion. If you live in the USA and want to shop at Walmart, Chewy, or Calvin Klein, if you click the affiliate link, then I may gain a commission from a purchase you make at no extra cost to you. So it's a great way to help support the channel in a way that you were going to spend your money anyway on that shopping. So that's for US residents, and the links are in the description of this very live stream. So Katharina has said, yes, I am the dumpy. It's nice to hear about this live and not in a video. We broke up in December. In January, we had a normal positive contact. I have his hamster, and he had health problems. Thus, I had to contact him. Okay, so this is a bit of a grey area. Because from what I can see is you did have positive contact in January, but who started it? Bit of a grey area, Katharina. Maybe just, it can be just about justified that you wish him happy birthday. But if you do, I suggest it's just a happy birthday, hope you have a great day. And nothing more. Nothing more. And at that point, you never, ever contact him again unless he contacts you first. But this is a grey area. And I'm not overly confident in this. I'm speaking on very generalised information that I know from this chat. Maybe just it's okay. So Connor has said, I gave a response with equal effort. That is also a good thing to do as well. Equal effort is something to consider. It shows that you're not giving away too much value. Jimbo Slicer said, I felt ignored at times when my ex was always on her phone with friends and I barely could get her attention. I just wanted some time to nurture our relationship. I think it's immature. It certainly sounds like your ex could have put in more effort. And again, Jimbo Slice, maybe it's something for you to think about. Be careful what you wish for. You know, do you want this person back into your life who has treated you this way? I'm not saying you don't, but it's something just to bear in mind and consider. Katharina has said, sometimes he contacted me about random stuff and then I started a conversation about the hamster. Okay, that's fair enough. He contacted you. It's about random stuff. It wasn't necessary. Okay, Katharina, I am giving you the green light to wish him a very basic happy birthday, but don't do anything else than that, please. Okay? Nothing more than that, please. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for joining today's live stream. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go for now. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check out the podcast I uploaded a few hours ago. I believe it could be very helpful. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, and have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.